Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about explanation text. Explanation text, or often called how and why text. Okay, so let's see. What is an explanation text? Explanation text is a text that talks about the first, how things work, or how things are formed or made. And the second, it can also talk about why things happen. Okay, so how things work and why things happen. How things work. So let's look at the examples. How does tsunami happen? How is ice cream made? How does water cycle work? How is the life cycle of butterflies? And how is chocolate made? Okay, so these are some topic examples of explanation text. And then why things happen. Why was Eiffel Tower built? And why do we pay tax? Or why is summer daylight longer than winter daylight? Okay, so these are some examples of how things work and why things happen. What is the social function? The social function of explanation text is to explain. Yes, explanation is to explain how something works or why something occurs. Let's look at the generic structure. The first is general statement. So we start our text with a general statement. It is used to introduce the topic of explanation. Yeah, this is to introduce the topic that we are going to explain. And the second is sequence explanation. This is where we explain how something works or why something happens. It states a series of logical steps explaining how or why something occurs. Okay, we also have a closing, but that's optional. General statement, sequence explanation, and closing. But closing is optional. It means we can have it or we can let it. Let's look at some examples of explanation texts. Example 1. In Indonesia, we are very familiar with the word tsunami. This natural disaster ever killed thousands of lives in Banda Aceh a few years ago. Indonesia and the world mourn. Then how does the tsunami happens? Here is a brief explanation of the process of how tsunami happens. Okay, so from the first paragraph, we can see this text is explanation text. How? Yeah, we can see from here. Then how does the tsunami happen? So of course it's explaining about how tsunami happens, and we can see the explanation from the second and the third paragraph. Okay, tsunamis can occur if there is a phenomenon which causes the displacement of large amounts of water in the ocean. And then vertical movement in the Earth's crust in the bottom of the ocean causes a sudden up or down movement or seafloor, which then causes the water balance disorders above it. Okay, so we can guess what the topic is about, what the text is about. Of course, it's about how does a tsunami happen. Let's look at the generic structure. Let's analyze the structure of the text. Yeah, the general statement is the process of how tsunami happens. That's the general statement. That's the topic of this text. And then the explanation. The first tsunami can occur if there is a phenomenon which causes the displacement of large amounts of water in the ocean. And then the next explanation. Vertical movement in the Earth's crust in the bottom of the ocean causes a sudden up or down movement of seafloor, which then causes the water balance disorders above it. Okay, so we can see this is a simple explanation of how tsunami happened. Yeah, because this is only an example. So this is short. Let's look at example 2. Okay, so from the first paragraph, yes, I believe you all can guess what this is about. Have we wondered how we get chocolate? Where we get chocolate from? Well, this time we will enter the amazing world of chocolate, so we can understand exactly how chocolate is made. Okay, so it's very clear, right? It's about how is chocolate made, the process. And then the third, the second, the fourth, and the fifth paragraph, we'll talk about how the chocolate is made. Yes. Firstly, chocolate is taken from a tree called cocoa tree. Okay, so this is the first step, the first explanation. And then next, the beans are fermented for about a week. The next process is winnowing. Yes, it's really good if we have transition words here, because the transition words help the readers understand the text easily and clearly. Yes, next, the next process. Okay, so this is the second example. And now let's look at the third example. Okay, if we talk about the wonders of the world buildings, then we will see Eiffel Towers as one of them. And then, however, many of us did not know the tower's past history on why it was built. Okay, so until here, I guess we can easily guess the topic of this sentence or what this is about. Yeah, this is about why Eiffel Tower was built. The second, the third, and the fourth will explain why the Eiffel Tower was built. Yes, primarily. Yeah, this is the first explanation. The Eiffel Tower was built for the World Exhibition. Yes, so this is the topic sentence of the second paragraph. It was built for the World Exhibition. And the second reason on why the tower was built, because of scientific progress. And the last, it was used for radio transmission tower. So, from reading the second, the third, and the fourth paragraph, we know easily why Eiffel Tower was built. Yes, so this is a logical explanation on why something happens, on how something occurs, how something is made. Okay, so now to check your understanding, please answer what is the text about. Why was it built? Do you agree if the Eiffel Tower is the most romantic place for couples? And then, if you could go to the Eiffel Tower today, what would you do there? Okay? Yeah, please comment down below. Well, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.